Well, good morning. It is Thursday, May 7th. It is 4:17 a.m. I've been up for a little while. I was in bed at 8, so I got a good 7 hours. And today's video is the importance of staying ahead of the birds when you have wind and light together. On IPTs and even when shooting with friends, I see people standing in one spot. Let's say you have the wind from the east in the morning, as we're going to have here, and the sun is coming up in the east southeast, northeast, anywhere from the east, and the birds are moving from your right to left, and people will stand there and wind up shooting off sun angle. You need to keep moving and get ahead of the birds. So here it's the pre-dawn. You see a feeding spree developing, reddish egret, bunch of mergansers, and lots of snowy egrets. So I'm out on the beach with my 600 and a 1.4 teleconverter, the Sony 600 GM on the tripod, and then the 200 to 600G on my shoulder with an RS7 strap so I can be mobile. And on this morning, I left my 600 on the beach high and dry safely and just kept moving to the east, staying ahead of the birds, a couple of 100 yards. See another red-breasted merganser here, snow egret. Most of the snow egrets are in winter plumage except for this beautiful bird, which we'll meet him later. So now I'm going to move well down the beach because the birds are following the fish to the east, fortunately, and I'm going to get ahead of the birds with just hand holding the 200 to 600, 100 yards, and wait for them to fly at me. So I sort of like this one better. I like both of these. And then this one ticks me off. I was probably in center zone for flight, and it failed to get the closest bird. So I should have switched to tracking flexible spot M, and put it on this bird, because in these group shots, you really need to have the closest bird in sharp focus. There's a pretty nice red one taken off, getting into breeding plumage, not the snazzy one. Beautiful frame, beautiful downstroke, waves in a pretty good spot there. Another frame. And then this one came in from the left, still nice, still soft light. Then the sun came out at full strength. Let's see. Yeah, these are all on March 18th. And I love the position of the wave here and a little bit of ruffling. Then I had moved down, and here's the most beautiful bird, is the last one to fly. So I'm getting nervous. Oh my Lord, this guy's going to fly. You know he's going to fly at you because the wind is from the east. And he takes off, and I'm at 600 millimeters, continuing. And you can see what a lousy job I did of centering the bird in the frame. I write about that. And now I just realized this whole thing is a farce. I was actually ahead of the birds. This whole sequence, I had the 600. I noticed that because it said F4. So that was a morning I went out with just the 600. So the bird, I'm on the tripod, the Enduro GIT 304L, the bird takes off, and again, not doing a very good job of centering the bird in the frame. Now getting bigger, still coming at us. Love all these poses. Oh my Lord. Beautiful, beautiful downstroke with the bird coming at us. So any of these would be quality, all of them sharp. And finally get so close, I keep shooting, it holds focus. And then this one I had original, oh yeah, this is the one I love. Yeah, this one not so much, but this one I like much better. I love the wave above the bird. And then finally I didn't pan fast enough. I originally deleted this, but I went to a backup disk, and I think I may try to do something even tighter from here. It's so sharp, so beautiful. And then there's my optimized version. So even with the big lens, you need to Stay ahead of the birds, get the light behind you, and keep moving in front of the flock. In this case, in the morning, I had to move to the left, to my left, to the east, to stay in front of the birds. And just one little thing of note here, I was going through some old folders. I redid my folder system here, putting the name of the place first so I can find everything easier, except for my May stuff, where I'm at right now, and that'll go into an ILE 2020 May folder, or maybe into the spring folder. But some of the stuff that struck me, I went to my visit to Basket Lake, and I noticed that almost all of my eagles were really badly underexposed with Nikon. See the histograms? Look at this. Terrible, terrible. And then when I go and compare that to a Sony folder, yikes, so much better. Anyway, yeah, there's the old ponytail. I don't miss it. Anyway, get yourself a copy of the new Sony guide. Keep on shopping in the Birds of Zod online store. We've had lots of orders, and we appreciate that. And I'm thinking of trying to get together a Zoom class where we get 20 folks to submit 2 or 3 images for a critique session, an hour long. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an email. Love you much. Cheers.